This video is a self-reflection video, so please use the notebook that you have for taking notes and reflecting and writing down any questions that you might have that you want to bring to the in-person class. And in that notebook, take a page and you can copy down these questions. I will talk through a little more detail about each question, but then you can take the time you need to answer these. So you'll have the choice to choose to share your answers in um, some of the in-person kind of scenario work that we do and the practice sessions that we'll have with each other. But feel free though to put more detail than you will actually end up sharing. It can stay private for you. So this self-reflection is really focused on stress. So my stress symptoms are, and that would just be you listing, what does it look like when you're stressed? Do you know physically where you hold stress? Is it your jaw, your neck, shoulders? Do you feel weight or tension in your chest? Do you feel it in your gut? Do you get sick to your stomach? Do you get shaky in your muscles, however that might look? And then also, what else do you notice? Do you get irritable? Do you shut down? Do you isolate? Do you have sleep disturbances? Just generally, how does it look when you're stressed? When you're a little stressed, when you're moderately stressed, and then when you're very stressed as well. And if you aren't completely sure, feel free to ask a loved one because they tend to know better than we do, and we tend to notice it in each other before we notice it ourselves. So what tends to stress you out the most? So just generally, this isn't a list of everything that's ever stressed you out or isn't, what's filling your container. And so I wanted to give you the chance here to just talk generally or write down generally what stresses you out the most and right now. So this may change in life generally, but maybe having small children is the major stressor right now, or maybe it's your schedule or the specific tasks that you have in the role you're in, or certain types of calls or cases, or somebody in particular, or relationship strain. I mean, it's endless what could be in this place for you. And it may be more than one thing as well, and that's just fine. What do I do to manage stress? So this is kind of taking, excuse me, inventory on what are you doing? Are you exercising? Are you prioritizing sleep? Are you staying hydrated? Are you going to a boxing gym and taking it out on a heavy bag? Do you have good friends that you vent to? Are you using alcohol? Not that that's a healthy stress coping mechanism, but it may be one that you're using right now. It may temporarily be playing a role in this. Or maybe it has been long term. There's a lot of different things that could be here. And of course, as always, no judgment. Like whatever it is, wherever you're at is just right. So this is really a self-reflection that's also going to allow you to just really see where you're at, and then be able to think about possibilities, since this is really a parallel process. Just like for therapists, a good therapist is always going to be kind of self-assessing and making tune-ups, and hopefully is invested in personal growth and does that in parallel to their clients. The next one here is I'm not very good at blank, which leads to an increase in stress. And this is just, what is it that you aren't great at? Maybe you aren't great at switching out of work mode and kind of chilling and relaxing and being more flexible and being able to go with the flow at home. Maybe you aren't very good at exercising regularly. Whatever that is that is a growth area for you for whatever reason lately is a good thing to put here. The next one is I could use help with. So what could you use help with? Would you be better at exercising if you had someone who met up with you to do that 2 times a week and you committed to each other to do that? Could you use help with your relationship that might be strained? Anything, any number of things could be here. And it could have to do with, whatever is causing you more stress or strife in your life. Someone who could help me is what you want to fill in here. So would this be someone you already know of? Would it be a friend, a natural support? Would it be a peer or a professional? And this could be across any kind of realm. So maybe it's even a doctor, a specific type of doctor with a specialty. Maybe it's a mental health professional, or maybe one of your peer support peers even. You can lean on each other, and I certainly hope that you do, to help take care of each other as you're taking care of others. And the last one here is, if there was one thing I could change about the way that I think or behave that would help me and those around me, it would be what? And so if there's one thing more than anything else, or it could be two if there's really a tie there, but what is that one thing that if you were able to change that kind of pattern of thinking or pattern of behavior or pattern of attitude or perspective, or this is just really about self-accountability. What do you know that you struggle with? Maybe you're a people pleaser, or maybe you don't know how to say no, or you overextend yourself, or maybe you're too direct and you hurt feelings. I mean, this is just anything across the board, whatever is specific and unique to you. And so, like I said, this is really about being accountable to yourself and to your own stuff, your own areas of growth. Nobody is perfect. And so this is entirely about progress and not perfection. And so being able to know yourself really well, have really good self-awareness is, of course, an aspect of emotional intelligence that was talked about in one of your videos. And so this is a way to really take inventory of yourself in relation to stress, especially, and think about solutions and asking for help. It's, of course, not very natural for helpers to ask for help. It's something that needs to be really thought about and a habit created around it. It tends to be a different way of thinking. And so I want to help you encourage that with this self-reflection. And this is something that honestly, you could put a reminder in your phone to check in with yourself about every so often, whatever that might be, every 3 months, every 1 month, once a year. You've got potentially, if you work with us, you may have check-ins, or anyone else that your agency works with, you may have a yearly check-in, and it's a time to reflect on some of these things if you choose to, but do it more often than once a year, because a lot can change in a year, and a lot of growth can happen when you are doing this type of self-reflection. So that's that. If you've listened to this, well, you're hopefully getting in some steps. I hope this helped explain what I'm looking for with these questions, and I look forward to chatting with you